lots of people in the chat.
Are we live?
I think we are live. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second ever live stream on Eurovision Hub. Today is a really special one because we are going to be discussing, excuse me, all things Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2019, and we shared the joy, and Poland have got the double win, which is really exciting, and we're going to get straight into it. So let's go around and introduce ourselves. So my name is Louise, and I'm from Ireland. Who wants to next?
My name is Chloe, and I'm from Scotland.
I'm Yago, and I'm from Spain.
I'm Emid, I'm from Azerbaijan.
Woo! We're all across the world in different time zones, different countries, here to talk Junior Eurovision Song Contest. Really exciting. So if you were here for our last live stream, we're going to do it kind of in a similar way. We're going to have a couple of topics we're going to talk through, each give our opinion. And we're also going to check in with the live chat every once in a while. And at the very, very end, we're going to kind of open the floor for lots of questions from everybody. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. So let's kick off with our first topic. And I'm going to just throw it out. Whoever wants to answer first, I suppose, go ahead. Give us your 2 or 3 favorites from the show this afternoon and why. Oh, you want to go first, Chloe? Ladies
I'll go first. Okay. So, basing it off of today, probably my favourite of the night was North Macedonia. Just that staging, everything about it was absolutely perfection, just amazing. Even though it got 6, still robbed in my opinion, but it's fine. Ireland, just beautiful. Like, how could they stage that? It's kind of just mental how they can do that. But it was so beautiful. Her voice as well, absolutely stunning. Also robbed. And also got to give a shout out to the winner. Poland was absolutely amazing. They staged that to win, and that's what they did. So.
And Chloe, can I ask, was Poland your winner from the beginning, or?
At the start it was, and then it kind of wavered between Poland, France, and North Macedonia. And I think by the time the show came around, France was on top for me, and then just Poland and North Macedonia overtook it, just because their performances were better, in my opinion.
Shows the importance of the stage in Eurovision and Junior Eurovision. And Yago, what about you?
Well, if you let me, I'm going to choose my 4 favorites because I need to include the Spain here. You know, I really like the entry. It still was a quality entry. We staged well once in a lifetime. It's not going to happen again. So Spain was one of my favorites, but I also like Poland. For me, it was the big actual song today in the Eurovision Junior, and I think this is a song that could do well also in the adult one. And also France, I really like France in the beginning. For me, it was different from all the rest. And I also like Armenia because they bring everything to the stage, and when I say everything, it's everything. I really like the ethnic vibe because there were so many songs this year just even speaking in their own languages, they didn't have like this ethnic rhythm. I like this part of the Armenian song, so these are my favorites.
Very interesting mix in there. What about you, Emil?
Okay, so I have 3 favorites. Of course, it's Albania. They were best for me in this Junior Eurovision. Even before the show started, I just fall in love with each her song, her voice, and the staging was very cool. And I really appreciate the countries which send the songs in their native language, which is very cool. The second favorite is North Macedonia. They actually keep surprising me this year because the same happened in Tel Aviv when they had perfect staging. And yeah, now we have it in Poland in Junior Eurovision. And the third country, my favorite is France. Well, it was something, funny among all the ballads this year. So they just, I really put them out. So these are the 3 favorites of mine.
Okay, so we got a couple of different ones in there. North Macedonia definitely do seem to be somewhat on a roll or getting the hang of their staging, which is pretty exciting. A few Balkans in there in your mix. Now, as usual, I'm going to come in and do my usual thing and say, Iago, lo siento.
No, no.
Actually, I could have taken out my Spanish bag. My Spanish bag. This was the only entry for me that was originally in my top 3 from the studio cut and remained in my top 3 right up to the live performance. And that live just gave me chills. I mean, if you guys can get that staging in adult Eurovision, I'm just going to be a Spanish stan forever. Like, I'm just going to have to move to Spain or something because, oh my goodness, the seascape, it was like she was in The Little Mermaid, or even more beautiful, it was like National Geographic. It was just stunning, and the nets, and I was just so here for it. And I mean, when she was hitting those notes, I mean, juries just they didn't place her high enough. Also, I have to mention a song that made me want to dance, and it made me want to dance Met Yo, because Matthew from the Netherlands, that song. Okay, I know.
Womanizer.
Look, I get the target audience of the song. I get I'm probably too old for it. It's aimed at teenage girls. But it is such an earworm. It's so catchy because I only want to dance with you. You see? I'm telling you, it's going to be in your head all night. And fair play to him, 4th place. The Netherlands always bring it to Junior Eurovision, and this year was no exception. I was really, really happy for him. The dancing was slick, choreography was slick. Such a professional guy. Big up to the Netherlands, stem up the Netherlands. My third, very, very surprising for me, only entered my top 3 during the show, was Kazakhstan. And I have somebody to apologise to. If any of you know Luke White, one of our fellow reactors, I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago about Junior Eurovision, and he said, "Yeah, Louise, Kazakhstan's really good. It's like a Disney song. It's really cute." And I was like, I don't know. It's kind of cheesy. It'll be kind of boring on stage. It definitely was not boring on stage. It was captivating. That little guy in that big voice, oh my goodness, shook. And I mean, Kazakhstan, I think we're going to have to come back to that topic later, but the EBU need to sit up and take notice of Kazakhstan, because they are taking these contests seriously. And also, Iago, because you cheated, I'm going to cheat. Sorry, but if you're mentioning your home country, I mean, Ireland sent our best ever Junior Eurovision entry, and I'm really, really proud of it. And Anna Carney, on the off chance you're watching this, you did us so proud. Loved it, loved everything about it. And all I'm saying is, Radio Television Éireann, take note of what TG Cahir are doing in the junior contest, please. Okay, is our live chat saying anything? I think I'm finished. Anything from live chat? A big surprise. Netherlands put the same effort in JESC as Sweden into adult ESC. That's an interesting point. Yeah, their national selection is a bit like the junior version of Melfest. Luke, our fellow reactor, is here in the chat. And yeah, there's a lot
Hello,
of
Luke.
Spain. Hi, Luke. You were right. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, so moving along, we kind of touched on this, but I think it's important to come back to it. Can you name any result, and more than one if you have them, that really, really surprised you? I'm going to leave this open to the 3 of you if anyone wants to go first. Did any results really shock you tonight?
I'll start. Excuse me. For me, actually, Italy reaching the top 10 kind of shocked me. Just because I didn't see it doing as well. And it got there. Maybe it was just because it was a cute girl on stage with an amazing voice, but it racked up a lot of points. And then Armenia not doing as well as I thought they would, and only coming 9th. That was a shock to me. And then I've got to also say Kazakhstan coming 2nd, because I didn't think they would come. I knew they'd come top 10, but top 2, I never saw that happening. So there we go.
Pretty big.
I have to agree, because I didn't think that Italy was going to do so well. I also think that Armenia was going to do, I don't know, better. I mean, I was thinking even in a top 5 or something like that. And I also have to say that I think that Malta was not going to finish in the last place.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't see this song winning or in the top 5, but not finishing last. And also Australia, because was one of the songs that I thought it was going to be in the bottom of this, but no, it finished 8th or 7th or 8th, I think. Yeah, so surprising.
Mm.
Yeah, well, for me, there are 3 countries which surprised me. First of all is Kazakhstan. I didn't think that the European juries, they're going to be that open to Kazakhstani entry. And I thought that they will receive more points from televoting rather than juries, but it actually was vice versa. Yeah, and the second place for just the debut country, I think it's very good. Then the disappointment was about Georgia. I really like these guys as well, but they were like somewhere at the end of the table or something. It was, it was like real Junior Eurovision song, like, and I don't know. I have like dilemma about Italy. I really like their music video, and the song is actually very pure and cute. But again, they didn't do well the staging. Like there was something empty about it, and I don't know. There was something like needed to be in the stage, and I think that was the reason that Italy didn't do well in the final. So yeah, these are the 3 of them.
Okay, well, feel free to fill us in the chat as well. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Any other surprises that you had? I'm just looking here at the jury online the jury online voting split, the discrepancies between the places, because I feel like there just is a lot of surprises to talk about within that. So if you look at the overall top 5 results, Kazakhstan for me is the only big surprise. I mean, Poland, Spain, the Netherlands, and France landing in the top 5 isn't a huge surprise because they have big online voting power. They're obviously very solid entries as well and have large populations within their countries and large diasporas, which obviously helps when it comes to these kind of mass voting situations. I mean, fair dues to Kazakhstan for coming in the top 5 and for coming second, considering, they may not have a huge population tuning in. Also looking at the other end of the table, so 2 countries getting their best ever result. Wales have got their best ever result now. I should add, it's only their 2nd participation. But, they've made improvements from last year, and I personally thought that Erin's entry was really, really sweet, and I love hearing the Welsh language in Junior Eurovision, so I really, really hope that they come back. Also, I think it's already been mentioned, but it's worth saying again, North Macedonia, getting their best ever result. I mean, that's just brilliant. And that girl, is it Mila? Is her name? Is her name? She's amazing. So beyond her years, just so professional, just amazing. I loved her. Was there anything else that caught my eye? Yeah, Yaga, I think you mentioned Australia. I agreed with that. That was a bit of a surprise. Serbia landed in that top 10 just about. Usual favourites in Junior Eurovision, Georgia and Ukraine, not faring so well this time. So maybe it was just kind of their year to go on the other side of the table. But both still really good entries, in my opinion, for different reasons. And all to be celebrated. We had a lot of diversity, I think, this year in terms of songs and all of those kinds of things. So yeah, it's a good year. Has anyone spotted anything from the live chat they want to throw in?
Just a lot of people talking about the voting system, I'm realising, which is a huge discussion.
Well, start us off first, though, because I think that was something we wanted to talk about anyway.
Oh, where do I begin with this? So, what was it? 2016 they brought the system in, I want to say. 2016 or 17. And at first it seemed like a great idea. Like you could vote even if your country wasn't participating, and you could vote to 3 to 5 countries. Great idea in theory. But then when you look at it, people started cheating the system. going in like what's it, incognito mode in the browsers, voting on multiple devices, and throughout the years, excuse me, it's just kind of been almost like it's not meaningful anymore because people are just cheating it. So for me, I think this should be the year the EBU look at this online voting and kind of realise, well, this isn't working, and maybe just do app voting. So make it free, but then it's limited to one like device, and it's like it can track what country you're in, and you can't vote for your own country, because personally I think that's what's also kind of ruining it. It works in like normal Eurovision. You can't vote for your own country and everything goes smoothly. So why is it in Junior you can? I think just something needs to change ASAP about it, because it's not going well with the online voting.
I tend to agree. I mean, from my point of view, being from Ireland, we're always going to be at a disadvantage with that sort of voting, just purely population-wise and also just the interest. I mean, in countries like the Netherlands and Spain and Poland in particular, those three come to mind, just the interest in Eurovision and Junior Eurovision is bigger. It just simply is. And that's not even taking the population into account. So yeah, I think I agree with you, Chloe. At the moment, it's distorting the results a little bit, and that totally does not take away from Poland winning today or anything like that, because it definitely is still deserved. But yeah, it is something, even if it changed, but it was improved. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, even if I think it's bad for Spain removing the this voting system, there's something that it doesn't fit well, because you can vote 3, you can vote for 4, you can vote for 5, you can try to cheat, you can try to vote the country that you think is going to receive less points just to make your country or your favorite to win. I think they need to change this. I don't know how is the good way to do it, but there's clearly something wrong with that.
Yeah, well, the main problem here is to vote for your own country. You can't do it. Well, just as you mentioned, Louise, like imagine the population of Spain and population of Malta, and who's gonna win? and voting from the multiple devices from one person, and it's also like it's not fair for the countries. So I think it should be eliminated from the televoting, and I don't know, like if you vote, there should be some tracking system or something. I don't know that which will allow you to vote only once or to choose. But in this case, then you can have only one favorite or something. It's the best thing to change to the adult Eurovision system and just points in there. So yeah, voting for your own country, it's the problem.
That's the thing. And I was very shocked even. I saw a couple of figures online about how many votes, and considering it's a junior contest, there was hundreds of thousands. Well, there was over 1 million votes, but there was
it not like 2.5? It's something stupid. I was like,
yeah.
wow.
But I think Poland beat Spain by 200,000 online votes or something, which is really, when you think, that's an awful lot. I mean, 200,000 to Ireland, that's a huge chunk of our population. Malta, huge chunk of their population. North Macedonia, you know. Oh my goodness, we've received a donation. That was so nice. So,
thank you.
Thank you so much. Loving all your videos, guys. Deserve this donation. Thank you so much. That's really nice. My favorite was Georgia. I hope you react to some ODSE. Stay tuned. 80s, 90s would be ace. I agree. I would even take 2000s. Haha, love from Ireland. Thank you. Love from Australia, the kind of Ireland. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh.
Okay. Let's flick through the chat. Are you just jealous that it wasn't your country that won? No, this is a joke. Happy for all of them.
No.
It's something worth considering. If own country voting was banned, the problem would be for natives who favours their own entry just because it was good. Yeah, I think that's what we're getting at, isn't it? It's people going for their own country. I'm not jealous. I think there's more deserving songs to win. So there's a lot of different points in there. I think it's definitely one we're going to be coming back to. I mean, could they bring in a normal televote, or do you think they couldn't do that with children?
They had it before, so I don't know why they got rid of it. Honestly, they had it ever since the contest started till 2015. So what changed? Was it low figures?
They were
I
just
don't
bored.
know. It's like no one was voting, so they made up all the points.
Why not to do that?
Yeah. I think it comes down to the broadcasters as well and the kind of push that it gets because, like, okay, take for example, the Netherlands is a country where they're huge into Junior Eurovision. If you look at their YouTube channel, there's so much content and they have a big national final. And like somebody mentioned in the chat, it's like the Melfest of Junior Eurovision. And then you've got other countries where, you know, the broadcaster obviously wants to maybe save on funds or save on time or whatever it is, and they just internally select somebody and there isn't much promotion put behind it. And I think there's an even bigger gap in the junior than there is in the adult. So it's an interesting.
I think that if EBU they want to experiment on something, they do it within Junior Eurovision, and then they transfer it to other Eurovision. So in case it was successful, they think that it's a good system to transfer it to the adult Eurovision. So I think this wasn't successful.
Emil, are you saying that they were considering this online voting for adult, or that they could be?
I think they would consider it if I don't know.
I think that's what a lot of people thought initially.
I don't understand what was the logic of doing it if they're not considering this to transfer.
Well, let's get into that. And let's talk about that more in the chat as well. Tell us what you think. Would you guys like to see that adult Euros?
Yes and no. I don't know.
Yes for Spain, but no in general. Is that what it is?
I'm just like, nah, this doesn't work.
I still think that whatever the system is, something is going to be wrong, because maybe the first or the second years everything is like very pure, but when years are going and going and going, there's something behind everything. So I think whatever the system is, they can improve it, but I accept everything like everything is fair. I mean, every country participates in the same conditions. So I just think the problem is like not controlling the voting for one phone or computer or whatever. I think whatever system they choose is okay, because it's going to be the same for everyone.
I'm just catching up on the chat here. I feel like it's a general no to the online voting. I feel the fans maybe aren't on board with it. There's a really wholesome comment in the chat that I feel just needs to draw attention. Everyone should have won. Well, they were all winners.
Yeah.
Because let us remind ourselves and everybody in the chat that these are children that we're talking about, and they did so well to represent their countries. And the main thing is that they all had fun.
Yep.
Anything else in the chat we should draw attention to, guys?
People are coming up with the idea of like televoting for the participating countries and then online like voting or app voting for the rest of the world. Could that maybe be something for countries who maybe aren't participating?
So like a recipe bit.
Yeah.
I was thinking before the contest, for example, like maybe Spain could also get so many votes from Latin America. I mean, I don't know if this really happened at the end because it was the comeback of Spain. But that's why I think they need to change that or think maybe a little bit more, because if a country wants to get points from other country or other parts, it's very easy to do it. But I don't know. I don't know what's the point to fix this.
And then there's the juries, I feel, to consider as well. And I mean, this is another talking point altogether. Currently, they have 5 jury members representing each country, 3 of which are adults and 2 of which are children. And this is a children's one. So I'm going to throw that one out there. Do you think that's working fine, or should that be revamped too?
Well, it's always complicated about the juries in Eurovision. You never know who they are, where they came from, are they really into it, and do they really know what they're doing? So, but at least it's good that they have two children there, that at least they will see it from their eyes, and it's the Junior Eurovision. But still, the jury things is really complicated, and I think it should be more like for televoting rather than for the juries, not 50-50, but I don't know, like 75-25 or something. Or they should kind of contact with people that people need to know them. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't trust juries, to be honest.
I would have a little concern with that layout, where it depends how they host these juries. But if they put 5 people in a room, and if they're all together and they're all chatting about the entries, I do feel that not always you can have very strong-minded children and very children who have their own minds. But then I also would have concern, if there's 2 children, with 3 adults, and the 3 adults are giving their opinions about an entry, could that be influencing the actual children voting? Because over the years, I've looked at some jury results and thought, oh, that's off kilter with what I personally thought children would like. I work with children every day, so I feel like I know them pretty well. And that's always something I've wondered. Is there somewhat of an adult influence over the children voting?
Don't you think that they sit separately or they sit all together?
That's what I don't know. It's not clear.
Yeah. If they sit together, there's probably some influence of adults over children because they're talking to each.
Yeah. Kids are easily influenced.
Exactly.
So.
And you can like you can say that everything like went by rules. I mean, you don't know what is under like by closed doors or something.
Yeah.
So that's why.
There's a couple of suggestions here in the chat. So a lot of people are saying just bring back the televote. There's one suggestion here: introduce kids juries and adult juries. Am I correct in thinking we had that before?
They used to have a kids jury, like one whole kids jury, and then the adult juries for each country. I don't know why they got rid of the kids jury either. I think they got rid of that when they introduced online voting. I think. Don't quote me on that though.
Together. Yeah.
Well, I also thinking about the televote. I think the televote is more effective, but in terms of having more people voting, being capable of doing it for free, I think it's better because there's so many more people that is going to vote for their favorites. So I don't know. There's a good part and a bad part about this.
It's definitely something the EBU are probably going to have to keep reworking over time. It's interesting to me what you said about them somewhat experimenting. And maybe it's something they should keep evolving and keep changing. There's a good halfway measure, I feel, here in the chat. Someone suggesting that maybe they keep the juries, but just have it more weighed with children. So 4 children, 2 adults, or whenever they work it. I mean, yeah, maybe just trial and error and see how they go. I also saw some mention of Kazakhstan, and I feel like we should talk about the 2 countries that are participating in the junior contest but have yet to be in the adult contest. Now, of course, Wales is different because in the adult contest it is part of the UK. But how would you guys feel about Kazakhstan entering the adult version of the contest following its junior participations?
I would love it. I mean, I've loved both of their junior entries. Last year, their entry was my winner. I was a massive fan of last year's entry, and even this year it had quality to it. So you can tell they've got a want to be in the contest. They really want to do well, and I'm pretty sure they want to win it. So why can't, even if it's just doing in Australia and trialing them for a year, just let them in for a year, see how they do it. If they tank, that's fine, it's over with. But if they do well, maybe open that participation up, because genuinely, like, they could be a Sweden in the regular Eurovision. They would try and try every single year and bring quality. And what's wrong within our country being in it? So there you go.
I mean, share the joy, build bridges.
Yeah.
We need Kazakhstan in the adult Eurovision. And the fact is that they're taking it really seriously. So maybe they come to the adult Eurovision first time, and they make a top 5, top 3, top 1. This could happen because I haven't watched Junior Eurovision since Spain wasn't participating, and I think there are some countries that are putting more effort in the junior version than in the adult one. Um, and Spain, for me, is one of them. But for example, well, I'm surprised with North Macedonia or some of these countries, but France for me was amazing. Poland, of course, I think is the clearly example because Poland with the Junior Eurovision songs in the adult one could be a top 10 easily every year. I don't know.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, I'm totally ready to open up for Kazakhstan next year. Well, because why not? I mean, if we already have, I don't know about the interest of the Kazakhstani population about Eurovision. Okay, the politics and the country they would like to participate. What about local people? If they do, then why not? I mean, we already have Australia participating in Eurovision, and we already have Kazakhstan in Junior Eurovision. So why not to let them in for the adult Eurovision? I know that with this, the Eurovision, it loses its original concept of gathering all European countries, but we have already started it, so then I think there's no problem to invite Kazakhstan, and I'm pretty sure that they would have amazing entries year by year.
Yeah. I think just looking at the chat here, I think a lot of people are in agreement with us. I mean, I agree too. I think the more the merrier. Kazakhstan is definitely welcome into the adult version of the contest. And Iago, you just got me thinking, and as I'm thinking of Kazakhstan today as well, when you mentioned, share the joy, celebrate diversity, all the slogans, I remember thinking about the slogan, share the joy. And did you see that moment where the children were singing the communal song, share the joy? And they were kind of singing in their pairs. And the boy from Kazakhstan was paired with a girl from Malta. Yeah.
And you went like that.
And it was like the Will Smith photo. And I just thought, and I kept tweeting that photo tonight when people were losing their minds over the results and the voting and things. I just kept saying, keep looking at this photo. This is what Junior Eurovision is about, sharing the joy. So for me, that was a moment where I really felt the joy being shared from the children. So here's kind of a curveball of a question, if you can think off the top of your head. Was there anything in the contest today that you really thought fit with the motto, share the joy? Was there any kind of standout moment for any of you guys that you thought was just so joyful and in the spirit of the contest?
For me, every year when they're doing the winners reprise, all the kids come out, and every year that's just that final thing of like no matter what, we may not have won, but we're happy for the winner. And I always my heart just warms when all the participants walk out and crowd the winner. One moment I think of is 2016, when the Georgian singer couldn't, she was crying, she was so happy, and everyone around her was singing her song. That for me is the embodiment of Junior Eurovision.
Yeah, I agree. For me, the moment of share the joy, the song was they were just having fun. They were singing. They just sang their songs. They were just having fun in the stages. I mean, they are singers. They're going to be someone brilliant singers in the future. I think we will see some of them in the adult Eurovision. And I know it was just so pure for me.
Yeah, I totally agree that most of these kids who performed in Junior Eurovision, soon, in a couple of years, they're going to be in adult Eurovision. And most of them, they're going to be very successful singers, songwriters, I don't know what else. And this is really, the concept of Junior Eurovision is really to share the joy among children. And as I mentioned in one of the reaction videos, that if children are happy, then everyone is happy.
Yeah, so hopeful. The chat, I think, largely agrees. And there's some other lovely points in here as well. So Celine said, one thing is that they are all together in the green room supporting each other, especially during the voting. That is lovely. Supporting each other. So AM Rifki, a third, cool name. Supporting each other and having fun without having to worry about the results. It's Eurovision. And oh yeah, it's meant to make JSH everyone expand the borders. Oh, so that's other people talking about expanding Eurovision. And yeah, so a lot of joy being shared in the contest. We are going to open the floor, I think, in a couple minutes. So maybe start sending in some questions, any burning questions you want us to answer about the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. Tag at Eurovision Hub so that we can see them, so that they're highlighted. And just before we get to those, I think this is something we've touched on, but it's important maybe to go back around. Two questions. One, were you happy with the winner? How do you feel about the winner? And number two, who was your personal winner? I'll go first. I was happy with the winner. She wasn't my personal winner, but I was very happy for Vicky because it was, it was a radio-friendly song, well-produced, pretty well staged. And one thing I loved about her win was hearing the roar of the home crowd and hearing them sing the song back to her. I thought that was really special. Personally, my winner was the Netherlands. Just such a catchy song. Loved how it was staged. That's one that I know I'll listen to after the contest. And well done, Matthew. Chloe?
By the end of the show, Poland probably wasn't my personal winner, but it was in my top three, I'd say, so I'm very happy. Plus, they got a double win. They've never won the adult contest, so to do a double win in the junior just is amazing. Love getting interrupted by someone's phone. But probably my personal winner by the end of it had to be North Macedonia. Just she had everything on that stage in that song that appeals to me. The staging was just amazing. You couldn't help but being entranced by her fierceness, but also at points like her sass that she had. I'm like, I just want to be you right now. So that's what I think.
I'm also happy with Poland winning. I mean, since the song came out, I really like the song. I had it on my playlist sounding all day. But my personal winner was Spain. I don't know if I'm not being objective, but it was like our comeback, and I feel very proud of Melanie and what RTVE did, because it's a strength for us having the whole package. And Melanie was a very professional little girl. I mean, she was she was like an adult in a child. I don't know, but I'm happy with Poland winning because, to be honest, it was the most contemporary song. It was the Bob of the edition.
Melanie ganadora. Another year, maybe as an adult.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm happy with Poland as well. They deserve to win because it was very good staging. It was very well polished. Very good closing. She was singing very good. I cannot say that the winning was fair or not due to all this televoting system, but Poland deserved to win this year because, yeah, as you mentioned, they never won in adult Eurovision and this doubling in junior. This is good. But my personal winner was Albania. Yeah, I know nobody liked Albania. It wasn't catchy and blah blah blah. But I don't know this. I don't know Albanian language, but even like not knowing the lyrics, the translation of them, I just fell in love with it. And then I read the lyrics and fell in love with it twice. And and I don't know, it just transferred me to my childhood and all these memories. And it became really warm in the heart. And I think like she did a really great job. She was singing very good. The staging was like, it was okay. Yeah. Yeah, she was my personal winner and I voted for her. Yeah, it's really a disappointment that she didn't do well in the final table, but okay. What can we do?
Country proud, and she has a new fan in the middle, so
yeah.
that's on Albania. Sometimes you just can't beat a good Balkan ballad.
Yeah.
Okay, so any questions in the chat? I've been keeping a little eye to see if there are any burning questions. Jude Kennedy, she's one of our really regular commenters and watchers. Hi, Jude.
Hey, Jude. Hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude. Da, da, da. Every serenading one of the watchers. She's a very good question as well as being a great subscriber. She says, what do you think about the language rule? What about it for adult ESE? I'm on board for Ireland. I'll do it.
I mean, I love
I'll do it.
hearing like native languages, so I'm up for it.
Mm.
I'm up for it too.
Emil, you up for it?
We're all in agreement.
Has Azerbaijan sent a song? Not
No, unfortunately not yet.
Ah,
Yeah,
maybe
the
next
language,
year.
the Azerbaijani language was never used in Eurovision.
Okay.
Well, I hope we will fix it soon.
I would
not yet.
love that.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
me too.
I
Me too.
think firstly you need to try with the Azerbaijanglish, like every country does.
Yeah, at least like I don't know, maybe some chorus part in Azerbaijani, another part in English. I don't know, as Israel did, for example, with Neta. I don't know. We hope, cross fingers.
Emil, were you here when we did our Azerbaijan reaction video last year?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, because some people out there need help saying Azerbaijan.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, I know it's complicated to pronounce.
That's very, very funny. You can have a little flick through. Anyone else spot a question they want to throw out?
I've just noticed a comment just because I'm Scottish. There is the rumour that Scotland could participate next year. What are your thoughts?
So up for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
why not? Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I would finally love to be able to root for someone who isn't just from the UK. Just like have a Scottish singer. Like, that would be nice to see.
What broadcaster, and would you send it in Scots?
It would probably be BBC Alba, I think. Unless STV do it, but I'm not sure. I'd have to sort that out. But we could be participating next year because I think we tried to this year and it just didn't work out. But I would love to see us. So just had to put that in there, Scottish and everything.
I would love to see it.
There's
Yeah,
a question.
Yeah, Azerbaijan withdrew this year. I don't know why. We were last year.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that successful, actually. Maybe we will come back next year as well.
Yeah.
It's the same broadcaster who is doing the adult. It's HTMI television broadcaster.
There's a question in the chat telling if Poland is going to be again next year the place where the Eurovision Junior is going to take place. I don't know if they have like confirmed it officially, but I think if they won and they won, they want to do it again in Poland.
Yeah, I think I've read that they do want to host it again. It's just whether they have the money to put on a big show again.
Well,
It was such a good show,
saving.
wasn't it? It was such a good show. Actually,
Yeah.
the production value was excellent this year.
That stage as well beats
I really
some of the
enjoyed the
Eurovision
stage.
stages.
Yeah. It was the best Eurovision staging in Junior.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely. I saw whispers of it on Twitter, but then I was afraid to say it, and I was going to say, don't quote me on it because you can't believe everything you read on the interwebs. But yeah, I did see whispers about it on Twitter that during a press conference or something that said that they are keen to host again. Okay. Maybe we'll take one more question and then we can wrap up. Let's pick a good one. Ooh, do you think that the results should be presented differently? Maybe just say who the top 3 are overall.
Yes, because they were doing it the way they did it in Eurovision this year, and even in that it was cruel. And it's to do that to kids. like to see the artist for Kazakhstan's face when he only got, what was it, like 73 televote points or whatever. It broke my heart. That should not have been put on kids at all. They need to figure out a better way to do it, because that breaks your
fifth in the
heart.
televote, which is actually really good. Coming fifth in the televote. But obviously, yeah, it didn't
Then
ramp
they
up.
don't know that as well. They just think, oh, like, where does that put us?
I know.
So they need to rework the way they present the points, even in adult Eurovision, because I don't like the way they did it. It was too harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the kids, I was thinking like it's going to be a moment like, sorry, 0 points for you. And it was like, you can't do that because it can happen. Well, maybe not 0 points because of the voting system, but 1, 2, 3. It's like, you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe at least in the junior one, they can change it.
Yeah, there is a lot of like tension in adult Eurovision as they change it, and now like till the last minute you don't know who is going to win the contest. But it's not good to do it with the kids. Yeah, I think they need to mix the votes and announce them at the same time. That's the best way to do it.
And what would you do? Sorry, go on.
As they used to do.
Yeah. I've heard it said before, some people feel that it should be just the top 3 or the top 5 is announced and the rest of them are not ranked at all. It's not told who's come 6, 7, 8, all the way down to the bottom. What do you think of that?
I think it's more or less the same, but it's like they're not telling you that you have 0 points.
Yeah, then that's just kind of shielding them, and then that doesn't I don't know. I don't think that would work, because I don't think a lot of people would be happy, because people would just say, oh yeah, we came 4th. When in reality, did you? No one knows. It would be that whole idea of the 2013 adult contest, like split results. Like, where did you actually come? It's like no one would know, and it would just be another one in the back of the EBU offices in the archives.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think like in Junior Eurovision, it's not more about winning, but it's about participating. The adults, yeah, they want to compete, they want to be the first. But for these kids, the thing that they already participated in the big stage for the first time of their life, it's a big deal. So all this voting system, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe it doesn't make a big difference to the children. It just does for the adults watching and analysing and all the rest.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I like to see the adults suffering, even just a bit.
Like keeping hands together.
It's like this only happened once a year, so it's like, give me everything now.
You're so cruel.
I am so cruel.
You're a fan, aren't you? Really embarrassed.
Yes, but it doesn't matter because it happened to Spain all the time. So maybe it's because I'm used to it, but I like that moment of pressure. Yes.
Oh goodness. Okay, sorry, this is a train going on.
Did you guys notice that there were so many songs like echo related?
Oh, that's good point, Emil. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know if it's because of all the Greta sing from Sweden or I don't know why, but like the music videos and I mean all the songs, they felt like very eco-friendly or something.
I mean, kids are wanting to save the planet, so that's good, I guess.
That's very good.
I feel like in terms of those entries, Spain and Serbia really hit the nail on the head. Personally, I feel like those two.
Yeah, it's Italy as well, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Italy was eco. Yeah.
Even Portugal.
Europe is going green.
What to do.
For me, this is the best quote of the Eurovision. I am young, but I know what to do.
What to do. Oh my god, it's a quote for me.
I love it.
Such a good hook. Such a good hook. So, anybody else want to bring up any talking points before we head? Anything you feel we didn't mention? I think we covered pretty much everything we wanted to do. So, okay, thank you for joining us on this Junior Eurovision live stream. And before we head, we're going to give you maybe a little bit of a taster of what is to come on our channel in Eurovision Hubs. So, it was mentioned earlier in the chat about possibly going back to older editions of the Eurovision Song Contest. Is that something you're interested in? Could that be something we're cooking up? Who knows? Let us know in the chat now or in the comments if you're watching back if there's anything you would really like to see us doing on the channel, or maybe you'd like to see more of these live streams. Anything else, you guys?
Thank you for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Go green.
Go green.
I am young, but
What to do?
yes.
Let's make it happen now.
Portugal deserve better. It needs to be
Soon
there.
will be too
Indeed.
late.
This is just turned into a Portugal stand.
Oh my god, we should just do karaoke.
Yes.
Oh.
I have now saved the channel.
Okay, we're going to have a team meeting shortly after.
Yep. Karaoke songs. I'll get the notebook.
Chloe, you're taking the reins on that. Guys, do let us know in the chat and in the comments if there's anything else you want to see. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. What else should they do?
Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified if we upload new reaction.
And we'll see you in the next video. Are you okay, Chloe?
I'll just leave. Karaoke was too much for me to think about.
Yeah, a bit.
We're going to get Chloe a glass of water. We're going to go practice some karaoke. And we're all going to calm down from this Junior Eurovision high that we're currently on. See you guys in the next one.
Oh.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.